Happy Monday and Happy New Year! Welcome to a new video by Anna van Lucy Papercraft. I know it's been forever, so forgive me if there are some bumps along the road today. Yeah, I wanted to kick off the new spring catalog, or now January-June 2022. Oh my goodness, already. Mini catalog. And yeah, just to kind of warm up to getting back into the swing of doing videos, I decided to share my very favorite card that you can see. I'm not allowed to open this yet because it's going live tomorrow, but my very favorite card sample in this catalog. And this is it. So a very sweet and simple card. I'm going to show you how to make this today and share some tips along the way. So let's get started. So again, I'm not allowed to flip this open, but give me a second. So the sample, you'll find that on page, let's see here, I'm gonna flip through it off camera real quick. Maybe I should have marked the page. It's on page 39. So all my customers who've ordered from me over the last 6 months, they're going to get a catalog in the mail the next few days. If not, I'll have a link in the description below this video so you can order one if you want to. And it will also include the new celebration brochure, which will also start tomorrow. So, but anyways, let's get started. So I put my sample over here so we can see that a little bit. And I prepared my card kit here. So we're going to need a card base in Crumb Cake, just regular 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to go ahead and fold that. Okay. So, and then something I've noticed a little bit later as I was trying to figure out the measurements of that sample in the catalog. It is actually in the A4 format, the European format. So I kind of, yeah, at first I was like, okay, my measurements, that doesn't really look right. So that's why the card, when you see it in the catalog, it's a little bit longer and, you know, not as wide. So, but we're going to do the A2, the American A2 format for this. So this piece of basic white cardstock, the regular, the thinner one, it's 5" by 4". Okay, so we're going to stamp on that. And the other pieces I'm going to explain here in a second. So let's go ahead and start with that. I actually decided, because I love this card so much, that I'm going to make lots and lots of them for my customers. So we're going to use the Stamparatus today, and I hope there's not too much of a glare here now with the camera. So, and we're going to need 2 plates. You can actually, if you have the Stamparatus, of course, you could just use one, or you can just stamp it, you know, with your regular blocks. That's fine, but I wanted to just, you know, if you've never seen this awesome tool in action, I figured let's play with that today. So, one big important tip. If you have this, I know it's kind of tempting to try and store it with both plates, but as you can see, it's not made for that. So just always keep one clear plate here, and just you can store the other one with it. And yeah, so, but we're going to need 2 because I kind of want to make mass production. So I have a little bit of just, you know, cardboard here that I cut at an angle. And it's really just so I can, you know, it's not about exact measurements here or anything. It's just so I can take my cardstock, my thinner one, and just kind of keep lining it up. So I don't have to worry about using the magnets and then it's in the way. So I can just put it there and stamp. Now, the stamp sets that are used in this, I just love them. The first one is Oceanfront. Let me make sure and get this in the camera. So no sentiments, just beautiful watercolor washes here that you can use in very different ways. and then just some greenery here. And I think the reason why I love this card sample so much is just I'm from the Baltic Sea coast, and yeah, this just reminds me of, you know, when we would go to the beach during the summer, and it's just exactly what it would look like. So yeah, I think that's why I'm so excited about sharing this with you today. So yeah, so that's the first one. We're going to use that to create our background. And then there's another stamp set. It actually then comes with dies if you want to. It's a whole product suite, and I'll show it to you, you know, over the next few weeks. There's some amazing paper. We will use the dies to make our fins here. And yeah, and then we're going to use the greenery from here, and then the sentiment and the, well, pigeons, swallows, whatever they are, the birds. So that's the other one we're going to use. So, but let's start with the Oceanfront. And I decided I will place my middle piece first. Okay, so I will put it here just to get an idea where I want it. Okay, so let's see here, like that, and I'm going to pick it up with my plate. Oh, my plate is actually a little bit dirty. Can you believe it? I'm starting a brand new chamois. I just waited for this video to start using it, so it's a virgin chamois. So I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. So which side was it on? Yeah, it was on that side. So where did my foil? I'll place it just here. That'll be fine. So I'm picking this up. Okay. And of course my paper's going to come with it, but again, I can just line it up. Don't have to mess with the magnets. Okay, and now the colors we're going to use are Coastal Cabana, Balmy Blue, then Crumb Cake, like our card base. And I decided to use Night of Navy. I think they actually used Memento, like a black ink, but I kind of wanted to stay in this bluish color theme, so I'm going to use Night of Navy for that. But we're going to start with Coastal Cabana for our water there. Okay, and usually, yes, people recommend that you put an ink pad right there. You can't see me ink it up right now, but that's okay. So, and at first, with the first few stamped images, you might get a little bit of a blotchy look, but it's gonna, the more often you use the stamp, the better it's gonna be. Okay, all right, and I don't need to apply too much pressure. So as you can see, it's still a little bit like blotchy here and there, but it's gonna look better soon. Now, I'm gonna close that before I get my fingers in there. I just know myself. And now we're gonna use our Balmy Blue. And we're going to put the second plate on here. So if you can hear the baby cry, sorry about that. That's just how it is. And we're going to need our stamp here. And you can see now in the case that there is a darker one, and you know, it has a little bit of shading in there. So it's darker up here and lighter up here. So you want to make sure that you then flip it around the right way. And I'm going to somewhat line it up here. Okay, like this. So, again, it's not an exact science. Just the way the stamps are designed, it's just going to look great. So now I'm going to pick up my other plate here. Okay. And now I'm going to ink that up in Balmy Blue. It's not a color I have used much, so I'm gonna give my very juicy ink pad a workout. Okay, so, and now we're just gonna put that down, give it a nice press, and again my paper's gonna come up, but no problem. There we go. All right. And technically you can put this away, just so to kind of not mess with it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to flip this around. And I'm going to take my last one, then I'm going to put an angle here to make our sand, like this. And so now we're going to pick that up. Let's see here. Okay, I wanted to go over the Costa Cabana a little bit, but not too much. So that's where the lining up might be a little bit trickier. All right. So now we're going to use our crumb cake. I'm going to move my Stamparatus again. And of course you can use your ink spots, either the ones you got from Paper Pumpkin or the ones that you filled up yourself, but this is a lot of surface to cover, you know, so I like to use the bigger ones, or regular ink pads. Okay, so like this. Of course now I can't push there. I don't know, on my first card I was lining up differently. So there we go. That's where we have our sand. Okay, and let me just put that away. So, because right now we're done with that. Okay. So now, what else we're gonna need? We're gonna need some stamps from our On the Horizon stamp set. So we're gonna use this greenery here and some Costa Cabana. And I already put these on my blocks, so that was just quicker than trying to line it up again. I mean, of course, you can actually purchase individual plates for the Stamparatus, but yeah, this is just easier to do it like this multiple times. All right, so, and again, we're just putting it at an angle here. So I'm stamping again in Costa Cabana. Wish me luck that I don't have any weird hills. So there we go. Got some greenery there, putting that aside. Oh, and we can actually go ahead and stamp our sentiment, because I also did that in Costa Cabana. So I have some strips here, let's see, just as a backup. So this one is, let's see, it's 3/4 by 2.5, but I think I'm gonna trim it down a little bit to 2 1/4. So I got my sentiment here, wishing you so much happiness. Okay, so I'm just using my grid paper here to kind of get it in the right position. Yep. Oh, perfect. So yeah, I'm going to trim it down a tiny bit if I can find my trimmer. So I still have this little friend here. So let's see here. I think I want it down to 2 1/4. So I'm going to go with 1/8 on one side and another 1/8 on the other. So coming down to 2 1/4. All right. That was that. And we can go ahead and put this on our card base. So I'm just going to use some Stampin' Seal. 1, 2. I like to do just 3 long strips across. Okay. And now we just need to be careful, since it is a little bit of a different sized layer. Oop. That way lining up correctly. Oh, I forgot something. I forgot my birds. So yeah, we're going to do that now too. So Night of Navy. And just make sure that they're somewhat the right way. Okay, just hanging them up. And don't overthink it. Oh, perfect. So that would have looked bad. And now then I was thinking we could also then stamp our envelope. That's what I forgot, but I thought it was kind of a cute idea. So I'm going to grab my Coastal Cabana again and just use this greenery. And I thought that was just a nice touch to stamp it there as well. Yep, perfect. Okay, so we got that. And now, oh, okay, so our little fans here. Those dies, they are called Horizon dies, and they go with the stamp set. It's not really cutting out any of these images, except for this wooden texture, these planks. Okay, that's what you could cut out with this die. And everything else is really scenery building, although maybe this one would cut that out. I'm not sure. So I'm still playing around with this, but I took these two pieces here to die cut my fence, again, out of Crumb Cake. And what I'm going to do now is bring in my little pad, my grid paper for my Stamparatus, and I'm going to stamp a little bit of sand texture there, or just texture on the, where is it? Oh, and that's also from the Oceanfront stamp set. Can you tell it's been a while? So again, not overthinking it. Whoop. Stamping it twice on that one, just to give it a little bit more of a texture there. Okay. Whoop. All right. So again, just getting that out of the way. Whew. Okay, so we're almost done. Now we're going to put these on there. Oh, looks like I grabbed a piece that had something else stamped on there. Wonder what that is. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow on here. I need to look for my crafting tweezers. I don't know where they went. So I'm going to put one here. Okay, you could try and pop these up with dimensionals, but I think that would be a lot of messing around. So, because these are very narrow pieces of wood. Now, let's see here. Well, every piece can be a little bit different. All right, so we're going to take our sentiment and some dimensionals. 1, 2, and 3. Getting those off. All right, and we're going to put that a little bit over the edge here. Now with the birds. Like this. All right, and then where did I put it? My linen trim. We have, since I feel like forever, we've had this linen thread. There it is in our catalog, and it just kind of goes very nicely with the crumb cake. So I'm just going to take a bigger piece and tie a bow where the tails, do you call them tails? Something like that, are a little bit longer. So just like that. You can also do a double one, whatever you prefer. Okay. All right, where are my scissors? So like I said, I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. And now if you've been crafting with me for a little while, you know I love our shimmery crystal effect for putting on ribbon. Instead of using glue dots, because this is drying up very nicely and firm, okay, a glue dot stays soft, so if you're mailing your card, it might move around a little bit. So I just put a little dot there on the back, and now I'm just putting it right there under my sentiment. Okay, I can use my scissors. Okay, and if you have a little bit coming out on the end there, then my tip, just had to, is just get a little scrap of cardstock there and just pick it up. Just kind of cleaning it up a little bit. It's totally fine. All right, so that end is a little bit longer, so we're going to snap that off. Perfect. All right, and there we go. Of course, when you add your layer here to write your message, of course, you can also then stamp maybe the birds, something like that in the middle. And so, yeah, that's my card for today. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then just click the little subscribe button and the bell so you're not missing any of my new videos. And thank you for watching. And again, Happy New Year, and see you soon. Bye.